Orillas de Zamora, también de verdes saucidales tranquilos, campiña de mi tierra risueña, casita de mis padres, mi amor. Tristezas del recuerdo me matan, casita de mis padres, mi amor. Orillas del Zamora, como te añora mi corazón.
In the south of Ecuador, the Andes Mountains descend to the Cuxibamba Valley, where you'll find Loja, the Castilian city. Loja was founded in 1548 by the Spanish captain Alonso de Mercadillo. The warmth of its people, the cleanliness of its streets, the variety of tourist attractions and climate make it a unique place. In the course of one day, it is possible to experience the climate of winter, spring, summer, and autumn. The two rivers that flow through the city, the ample parks, the green spaces, the culture, and the cuisine invite tourists to return to this wonderful city that, thanks to its citizens, is known nationally and internationally as clean, comfortable, and welcoming. Loja is also known as a pioneer in the treatment of solid waste. This has attracted thousands of tourists from Ecuador and Peru who view Loja as a model for environmental conservation. Thanks to the efforts of the government, on September 18, 2007, UNESCO bestowed the designation Podocarpus Biosphere Reserve, or the Condor, to the Podocarpus National Park for its extraordinary biological diversity and its cultural importance to the planet. The Podocarpus National Park is one of the most protected areas in all of Ecuador. The park's name comes from the Podocarpus, the only conifer native to Ecuador that is found throughout this very humid forest of this part of Ecuador. Podocarpus is considered one of the richest birdwatching habitats in the world. More than 560 species of birds, which represent 40% of all birds in Ecuador, live in this park. Investigation and health in the Valley of Longevity. Loja is characterized for having valleys with exceptional stable microclimates. Communities such as Vilcabamba have allowed populations to live more than 100 years while maintaining a traditional lifestyle. The beautiful landscapes and exuberant vegetation make this site a lost paradise and meeting point for tourists from around the world. In 1950, Dr. Eugene Payne claimed that Vilcabamba was the Valley of Longevity. Payne, an outstanding investigator and American journalist, visited these lands and was very impressed by the climate and attributed the curing of his ailments to Vilcabamba. It motivated him to publish an article in Reader's Digest named Islands of Immunity, where he stated, "In Vilcabamba, heart disease disappears." The report caused international curiosity that drew scientists and foreign tourists who, after enjoying the benefits of the valley, felt they were cured from their heart conditions. Vilcabamba is widely known for the long lifespan of their residents. It is not uncommon to see people on the street that are more than 100 years old but appear to be healthy and youthful. In Investigations have determined that the reasons for such long lifespans are the pace of life, the climate, minerals in the water, the soil, and the availability of organic food. Such long lifespans occur only in few communities around the world, and all share the same common characteristics in geographical isolation. They include Vilcabamba in Ecuador, Abjasia in Cáucaso, and Hunzuland in Pakistan. Because of this, the national government created the first National Institute of Investigative Geriatrics. With a modern infrastructure and spaces to conduct studies of the social environment and biology of the elderly, the Institute is able to conduct scientific studies that will provide information on why people in Vilcabamba have longer lifespans. The number 4 highway is considered the shortest geographic route connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Starting at Port Bolivar, the highway winds through Loja in southern Ecuador until arriving in Saramerisa's port, Marañón River. From there, ships navigate the river until they reach the Atlantic Ocean. The number 4 highway is being constructed to aid in the logistics of international trade. Once completed, the road will link Ecuador with Peru and Brazil and will generate commercial, social, cultural, and economic ties. The number 4 highway, starting at Port Bolivar in the Pacific Ocean to Port Samarisa, has already been constructed. However, the road will need to be extended approximately 930 kilometers and will require investment from both Ecuadorian and Peruvian governments in order to be completed. Some facilities that will accompany the road are the following. The Santa Rosa International Airport in the El Oro province, together with the airport in Catamayo in the Loja province. These airports will help serve the users of the road as well as help to promote tourism. The dry port in Loja is where customs will be located, alleviating traffic at Port Bolivar. All warehouses and docks will be located in Loja and will be known as sede, or development zone. Vilcabamba's International Investigation Geriatrics Hospital and Loja's Botanical Garden will become a source of natural medicine. Manchi is where Highway 4 meets the Ecuadorian and Peruvian border. One of the biggest cement factories in all of South America will be established here with the capacity to produce 1,500 tons of cement daily. Top Institute for the Environmental and Amazonian Studies in the city of Zamora is also found along Highway 4. In the Peruvian port of Fluvial, a shipyard will be built in order to construct and reconstruct barges, tugboats, and containers that operate in the Amazon. The The ecological tourism and trade will provide additional economic resources. This route will stretch from Machala through Loja to the Marañón River in Saramariza in Peru, eventually connecting the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean. What Loja offers to the world: a connection between the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans, opportunity to structure international trade from the Atlantic Basin, investment opportunities and health tourism.